All right, did you take some time to factor these and see if you can factor them? We have x and x. This time it's a negative 24. That's very important because that is a negative sign, and the only way we're going to get a negative 24 here is if one of these is positive and one is negative. So 24 is 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. Because one will be positive and one will be negative, we're looking for the pair of factors whose difference is negative 5. So let's think about this. If we put I think it's this one, 8 minus 3 is 5. So if we put the 8 here and the 3 here, we get 8x on the inside minus 3x on the outside. That's pretty good. That's 5x. Our sign is wrong. It should be minus 5x, not plus 5x. So we're going to have to back it up. Let's try making it a minus 8x and a plus 3x. What does that do for us? Well, it gives us minus 8x in the middle, plus 3x on the outside, minus 5x. So that's it. That's our answer right here. X minus 8 times x plus 3. Now, I want you to be aware that if you saw the answer written as x plus 3 times x minus 8, that's the same thing. Either one of these answers is just fine. When you're multiplying two numbers or two binomials together, the order in which you multiply them does not matter. So either answer is just fine. We have our parentheses, a y and a y. It's minus 36. The only way you can get that is if one is a plus and one is a negative. 36 is 1 times 36. It's 2 times 18. It's 3 times 12. It's 4 times 9. And it's 6 times 6. Which one of these, if you put them in, will give you 9y in the middle? And because one's a plus and one's a minus, you're looking for the factors that you subtract and get 9. We need the 3 and the 12. It's a positive 9y. So which one is negative, the 3 or the 12? You want a positive 9y, so you need a positive 12y minus 3y to get your positive 9y. So that's our answer. And if somebody said y minus 3 times y plus 12, that's good too. Doesn't matter the order in which the factors are. You just have to make sure that it's a positive 12 and a negative 3. Look at this one. Be careful with all of these problems. Make sure that if there is a common factor, you always factor out the common factor first. So we have x cubed, x squared, and x. The greatest common factor is x. What do you have left when you factor out x? Remember, you want to be able to multiply and get what you started with. So what do we put in the parentheses? We need x squared, because x times x squared will give us x cubed. What times x will give us x squared? X. What about minus 42x? How can we get that? Minus 42. Factor out the greatest common factor, and then factor what's left. We have an x and an x to get x squared. We want minus 42, plus and a minus. 42 is 1 times 42, 2 times 21, 3 times 14, 6 times 7. Boy, it helps to be able to multiply, doesn't it? So we want, because it's a plus and a minus, we want the factors that will subtract and give us negative x in the middle. Are you going to make the 6 positive or negative? And make the 7 negative. That will give us 6x minus 7x, and that will give us our minus x that we want. So our solution is x, the greatest common factor that we factored out, times x plus 6 times x minus 7. I do not like this problem. I don't like it first because it's not in descending order. I've got negative y squared, which is the largest exponent, but then I've got plus 40. The numbers usually go at the end. I need to move this minus 6y here and then plus 40. I need to put the terms in descending order. So now I don't like it because I don't like that there's a negative in front of that y squared. I want to factor out a common factor of negative 1. What can I put in the parentheses so that when I multiply through by negative 1, I get y, negative y squared? Well, I need a y squared. I want to be able to multiply by negative 1 and get what I started with. What do I put here so I'll get negative 6y plus 6y? And what do I put at the end so I'll get a positive 40? Negative 40, because a negative 1 times a negative 40 is a positive 40. So now I'm ready to factor. I can put negative 1 here, or I can just put a negative sign. Doesn't matter. It's understood to be a 1. So I need a y and a y. It's a negative here, so I'm going to put a plus and a minus. 40 is 1 times 40. It's 2 times 20. It's 4 times 10. We can stop when we get the ones that have a difference, because it's a plus and a minus, that have a difference of 6. There we go, 4 and 10. So 4 and 10, we want a positive 6y. Where do we put the 4? Do we make the 4 positive or negative? We want the 10 to be positive, so that 10y minus 4y will give us 6y. So this is our answer. You must have that negative out front for that to be the correct answer. Look at this one. This one's a little different too, because it has A's and B's. Well, let's see what we can do with that. I know that this is first here, so I need an A and an A. That works. I know that this guy is last, so when I multiply this and this, I need to get a negative 21b squared. B squared. How about if I try a B and a B? B times B would be B squared. It's negative, so one of these has to be positive and one has to be minus. 21 is 1 times 21. It's also 3 times 7. Because one's a plus and one's a minus, we're looking for the factors that have a difference of 4. We need to put the 3 in and the 7 in. Do you want to make the 3 positive or negative? Which one will give us a positive 4ab? We need negative 3b, positive 7b. That gives us positive 7ab on the inside. It gives us negative 3ab on the outside, which gives us our middle term that we're looking for of plus 4ab. And that's our answer. We have factored a squared plus 4ab minus 21b squared. One more problem. This one's a little different too. We've got w to the fourth for the first term. So when we multiply the first two terms together, we want to get w to the fourth power. We need a w, but what exponent do we raise w to so that we will get w to the fourth power for our first term and negative 2w squared for our outside plus our inside? It's got to be w squared. W squared times w squared will give us w to the fourth. Our last term is negative 80, so it's got to be a plus and a negative. 80 is 1 times 80, 2 times 40, 4 times 20, 5 times 14. It's not 14, it's 16. Let's see, what's next? What else could it be? How about 8 times 10? So, we're looking for, because it's a plus and a negative, we're looking for factors that have a difference of 2. 8 and 10. So, which one is 8 positive or negative? Remember, our inside and our outside have to combine to give us the negative 2w squared. So is the 8 positive or negative? If we make the larger number negative, we get 8w squared minus 10w squared. That will make our answer negative. And we want negative 2w squared. So that's it. That is our solution. W squared plus 8 times w squared minus 10. Did you get all those right? I hope you're a good factorer, because factoring is a very important skill to have. That's all for this video. Go on to the next video if you need more information.